I'm Belle Wires.
So Belle, can you tell me a little bit about what your life was like before you decided to give your life fully to Jesus?
I grew up in a Christian home with going to church every Sunday and attending Sunday school. I knew Jesus. I knew him. I knew of him so well. I could answer every question about him. I knew all the things he'd said. I was quite good at knowing things about Jesus, but I think the area I struggled in was that I didn't know Jesus. And so I started attending sermons with my parents, and I tried to take them very seriously. I wanted to know all the answers, and because that's what I'd always done. But suddenly, I didn't know all the answers, and it was very hard for me to try and adjust to that. But I would try so hard. I'd ask, and I'd listen, and my mind was blank. And so I made up the rule in my head that if God wasn't answering my questions, it was because he wasn't talking to me.
So you grew up knowing a lot about God, but not necessarily knowing him, or knowing a lot about Jesus, but not necessarily knowing him. You had head knowledge about Jesus, but you didn't have heart. And then what switches for Belle, where you go from, I don't want to just know about Jesus, I actually want to know him. And what did that look like for you?
Well, although I did have those questions and wants at the time, I was very blindsided by that rule I had made up in my head. If God wasn't talking to me, I don't really have a reason to read my Bible. I sort of came to the conclusion. And praying, I still did. But at the same time, what was the use? If God wasn't talking to me, God wasn't listening, I sort of started to believe. So that was for a really, 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 really long time. Almost 2 years ago now, I started having a big major health crisis. And the first few months after the health crisis, it didn't end, were just panic. It was pure panic. No one knew what was going on. We had no answers. Just crazy panic. And then after the panic came the fear, because the longer it stretched, the less it ended, the less answers I had as we crossed off what could have been answers. There were infinite possibilities. Every day, I was in pain. Every day, all the time, and we didn't know what was going on. That was a full year. I hit a year of my pain and crisis. I had so many people praying for me. Everyone was asking for an answer, healing, something. And it just felt like nothing was happening. One night, or many nights actually, I remembered myself laying on my bed, just being awake because I could never sleep, and staring at the ceiling, tears pouring down your face, and just so mad at God. Demanding an answer, demanding healing, or something to show me that he's here. It was like that for a year and a half. And then Dave said something that just completely changed so much of my whole life. He said, God shows his presence by healing us in suffering, and God shows his presence by giving us strength in suffering. And when I heard that, it was like time just stopped, because never once had I ever considered that God could show his presence in a time of suffering and pain other than healing. Because you hear so many stories of people after. They were like, I went through a really hard time. I felt hopeless. I felt this. God came, and now it's okay. Now it's okay. But I wasn't in the after. I was in the middle, and it didn't look like it was gonna end. But after Dave said that, it really just shook my whole worldview, actually. This meant that God had literally never been away. He'd been there the whole time. After that one day, that one sentence Dave said, I felt so changed. And that's how I went into my summer, where I worked at a Bible camp, and it was such a different experience. And I got to be a part of God touching those kids' lives, and that was the most rewarding experience to me. And after all of that, at the end of the summer, I realized that all the fear and the worry I'd felt about like my pain and my crisis, I was like, what is gonna happen to me? Am I gonna die? What's going on? All of that was gone. I've never felt a peace like that before. And the pain's still there. It's still there every day. But I don't have to worry about it anymore. Because maybe I never did, but God's on my side. And He gave me a peace like no one else ever could. And my life generally has felt so changed. I feel so changed.
Why do you want to be baptized, Belle?
Because I want to publicly declare I'm going to commit the rest of my life to Jesus and making him know and growing in him, and I want to do that forever.
It's a real privilege to be able to be part of this today. For those who've never seen a baptism before, you're actually seeing the gospel in real time. The reality is that when we receive Jesus Christ into our life, he forgives us. He sets us free. And what Belle is going to demonstrate in just a moment is what Jesus did in her life. And when she goes under the water, are you ready for your baptism? Yeah. When Belle goes under the water, this is too cute. And Matthew to the rescue. This is called the splash zone. You might get a little wet, okay? It's gonna be good. When Belle goes under the water, she proclaims that she has died to her old self, her old way of living, the old ways of thinking. And when she comes out of the water, it's like bursting forth in the resurrection life of Jesus Christ. And Jesus now fills her. I'm so glad Dad can be in here too. This is Dad. And the whole family's right there. Hey, Belle, I'm asking you a prayer. All right. You are incredibly precious. I'm one of the gang who was praying for you. And to see what God has done in your life, Belle, is absolutely amazing. And this is such a cool moment. Belle, do you have a clear witness from God the Father that you are his child through your personal faith in Jesus Christ?
Yes.
And now is it your desire to be obedient to Jesus, to follow him in the waters of baptism?
Yes.
All right, we practice. This is going to go well. Here we go. It is my honor and my privilege, Belle, to baptize you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.